Very excited to be here in this conference about powering personalization organized by Databricks. My name is Pedro Uría-Recio. I am Chief Analytics and AI Officer in True Digital Group, which is part of the telecom operator True from Thailand. And today I'm going to tell you about our journey in data analytics in one of the business units of True that is called True Analytics, which is the one that I am leading. And obviously Databricks has been an integral part of this journey. More in particular, I will do an introduction about what is True Analytics. I will talk about how Databricks has enabled our platform. Then I will talk more in detail about our business solutions that we have created. And finally, some conclusions about the organization of analytics of our analytics team. Let's start with an introduction to True Analytics. Okay, so as I said, True Analytics is part of True, and True is a telecom operator in Thailand. It's an integrated telecom operator. There is a mobile operator called TrueMoveH that has more than 30 million subscribers. There is a broadband operator called True Online with 4 million subscribers, more or less. And there is TrueVision, which is a nationwide pay TV provider with also 4 million subscribers. And then parallel to that, we have True Digital here behind me, which is a constellation of digital startups that are supporting the ecosystem of True. And as you see here, we have some startups in consumer, merchant, enterprise. We have, for example, a video streaming startup called TrueID. We have IoT. We have True Digital Academy. And True Analytics is one of them. Okay, it's one of these digital startups that are part of True Digital, one of the divisions of True, the telecom operator. What is True Analytics? Well, True Analytics is an external monetization unit that uses the data of the telecom operator in order to build use cases for external customers, right? Mainly for external customers. We also support the telecom operator, but we are focused on the external market, right? So we have access to all the data of the telecom operator. That includes the 30 million customers for TrueMoveH, TrueID, and also the loyalty platform TrueU. This data is very massive. We have browsing history, the browsing history from your mobile phone from these 30 million people, and that is 20 billion browsing events every single day, right? Then we have location history from mobile phones, and that is 2.5 movements every single day. These 30 million people have 2.5 billion mobility events every single day. And on top of that, we have traditional telco data like how much you spend, who you call, how many minutes of voice, who you send an SMS to, etc., etc. And that's smaller. That's 300 million records per day. But you can see that the data that we have is huge and is coming day after day, right? Based on this data, we have created a number of applications that we provide to businesses. I'm going to very briefly summarize these applications, and I will get more in detail a little bit later. But these applications are mainly three. Number one is advertising campaigns that we can do for the telco, and we can also do for external clients, right? Advertising on different channels, telco channels and external channels. Then we have credit scoring. Credit scoring that we also use inside the telecom operator, but we can provide credit scoring, and we are providing that to external banks, right? And then we have insights, which is intelligence solutions, customer intelligence, location intelligence, competitor intelligence, with data that comes from the data of the telecom operator. Mainly in the case of intelligence is location and browsing data. I stop it here for a little bit because I'm going to talk about the platform. This is a conference about platform, so let's go to the platform first. Our Databricks-enabled data platform. Very good. We just finalized the migration from premise, Hadoop on-premise, to Databricks and Google Cloud. And here you have some statistics about that. We migrated 3 petabytes of data, which is a lot. That is more than 600 data sets, more than 200 pipelines. We reduced the cost of our storage in 12%. The estimation of cost saving for this year, 2023, versus having been on-premise is 15%. But for next year, we estimate that that cost avoidance would have been half, would have been 50%. We are very, very happy with our migration to cloud and Databricks. Our platform is composed of of 7 high-level elements. I'm just going to mention them, and I will go a little bit in detail of each one of them. Number one, data sources. I just talked about them, right? Location history, browsing history, infrastructure, ETL, data modeling, feature engineering, machine learning ops, and software layer, the software layer with our applications. Let's go a little bit more in detail. Infrastructure. Well, we used to have 150 Hadoop servers that we have just migrated into cloud. And we have reliable security 24/7, et cetera, right? Second important point here is ETL. All the data that we are putting into the cloud is pseudonymized. The personal identifiable data remains on-premise. It never goes into the cloud. So what data scientists see is only anonymized data. The data of the subscribers of the telecom operators is kept safe on-premise. And we are using a proven stack, which is Spark, for both batch and streaming ingestion. We have built our own libraries and templates for rapid pipeline configuration and deployment, right? The third point here is modeling. We are refining our data in stages, from ground truth to raw data, and a number of cleaned or enriched detailed tables. A lot of the data that we have is segmentation data of the subscribers based on their location or on the browsing history, and I'm going to talk more about that. But a lot of the tables that we have are about segmentation or about mobility. Okay, the next point is feature engineering. So we have a lot of models, analytical models, in order to calculate the credit score of people, in order to calculate the propensity to buy certain products with people. And for that, we are using features that come, some of the features that I mentioned before, that come from browsing history. But sometimes we have model-specific features, and we are actively refactoring for reuse whenever it is possible. Number 5 is our ML ops capabilities. We offer our data scientists an end-to-end environment for early experimentation that also goes to post-go live maintenance. Something very special about our algorithms is that, as you see, we have a lot of data. So all the tools and algorithms that we use must be compatible with expected data volume and runtime duration, right? So that's why optimization of our algorithms is important. And finally, software layer. We have created applications, data products based on this data. And we have used software engineering best practices like clean code, testing, reusability, automation, product thinking, et cetera. Some of our applications are API-based. Some of the applications are web-based. For example, credit scoring is API-based. Intelligence is typically web-based. And for advertising, we have a complete workflow of the advertising solution. Here you see our platform. I'm going to go to this side here. Here you see our platform. So you see the data sources that we have, mainly for the telecom operator, that goes to the anonymization server through encryption service. After it is encrypted, it goes to the cloud. Before it used to be Hadoop, but now is migrated to the cloud. That's where we implement our business logic, because a lot of our cases are using campaigns for advertising. We have to integrate back to the channels. Here you see some of those channels. And then we have the data products that we have built, as I was saying, advertising, credit scoring, and intelligence solutions, right? Now, after the migration to the cloud, it looks similar. So what we are replacing is Hadoop with Google Cloud and Lakehouse from Databricks. But more specifically, we used to have Jupyter, Apache Airflow, Presto, Hive, all that is replaced by Databricks. And then, as I said, Hadoop is replaced by Google Cloud, and Hue is replaced by Google Cloud as well. And the migration process was quite easy. We're very happy with the Databricks team. The whole process took around 8 months, from preparing the cloud, doing POCs, migrating pipelines and products, onboarding the users to the new platform, and finally decommissioning our servers. So we have been quite lucky, and we are very, very thankful to the Databricks team. Finally, I'm going to talk about what are these data-driven solutions that we have implemented. So we use telco data to create enterprise solutions for external clients mainly. So I'm going to talk about some of them. Here you have the diagram that I was showing you before, right? Advertising, credit scoring, and insights. Let's start with advertising. Well, this is quite interesting. With all the browsing history that we get from the subscribers of the telecom operator, and the location history, we have created more than 300, actually it's almost 400 labels, 400 attributes with which we tag every single of the subscribers. And obviously we use them for advertising and for many other applications. There are 4 kinds of these attributes. So there is demographics, geographic, behavioral, and interest. Demographics is information about the subscriber, age, gender, occupation. Sometimes this information is inferred from analytical models. Sometimes the user registers it when they buy a SIM. Geography is also very important because we can know, well, where people live, where people work, where people work gives us a lot of information about what kind of people we are talking about. It can be used for segmentation as well. And where do they go in their free time? Do they travel? Do they fly? Etc., right? And then we have behavioral and interest. Interest is what you are interested in, based mainly on your web history. Are you interested in credit cards? Because you go to websites about credit cards. Are you interested in fashion? Are you interested in cosmetics? Are you interested in sports? Because you go to websites about these kind of things. Very useful for advertising. And then we have behavioral. Behavioral is what you do. Are you a customer of what bank? Are you a customer of what food delivery application? Also, daily life. Are you an overtime worker or a white collar? Well, with a combination of location history and time, we can know if you are working longer hours than you do that you do on a normal basis, right? So we can identify people working overtime. We can identify quite a lot of people. We can identify, for example, if you go to a park every day at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. to play yoga, because we see that in the location history. Obviously, all this information is totally anonymized, right? And it's been used in complete compliance with PDPA and data protection laws. Here we have an example of one client where we started doing advertising campaigns. Very exciting client. We had a lot of progress and a lot of fun together. When we started, the first month, we were able to generate 900 leads for this client. And over time, we managed to have, like 1 year later, 20,000, 19.1, 20,000 leads per month. And an increment of CTR that goes from 0.49 to 1.96, which is 4 times more CTR click-through rate through our channels. And here you have the channels that we are using at this moment, right? Most of the channels that we have are connected to the True family. Number 1, SMS and MMS, right? Which is very transactional. It's a channel that works quite well for e-commerce, works quite well for financial products, credit cards, insurance. Then we have True ID, which is the video streaming platform of True. It's like a Netflix for Thailand, for those of you who are not familiar with the Thai market. We also have True Money, which is an e-wallet. It's an e-wallet that is also providing loans, microloans to people, and True Touch, which is a call center. This is something very interesting. We, based on the data that we have, we are able to identify who will be interested in a campaign. And for those campaigns that require a call, like complex financial products, like investments or insurance products, this is something that works very, very well in call center with conversion rates that can go up to 20%, which is absolutely huge. I'm talking here about the second family of products that we have, insights or intelligence, and this is location intelligence. So here in this map, what you see is a map of Bangkok that is divided into squares. Each one of them is 250 times 250 meters. And for each one of those squares, we can have a lot of information about the kind of people that live there, work there, or just pass by. All the up to 400 labels that I just mentioned to you, we can know the split of those labels location by location. So this is extremely useful to identify new locations for opening a branch of a bank, opening a shop, putting an ATM. For FMCG companies, this can be very useful to understand what are the postcodes that they absolutely need to win. This is our location intelligence solution that we have built on top of Databricks. And we have another solution, another intelligence solution for customer intelligence or competitor intelligence. Obviously, we have transaction history or web history from all our subscribers, so we can track which ones of our subscribers are using any app and any of the competitors of that app. So we can compare how many people are using this bank application versus all the other banking applications in the country. Here you have an example of migrations of users among food delivery apps in a particular month, which is June last year. So in a particular month, Grab won a number of subscribers from the others, but also lost a number of subscribers, right? So Grab won 1.4 million users of Grab were loyal to Grab, and also won 80,000 customers from Lineman, 30,000 from Shopee, and 27,000 from Foodpanda, but also lost some customers to them as well. So we are able to identify what is the profile of customers that are using each one of these applications, time of the day, and something that differentiates us from other solutions like App Annie is that we don't need to do a sample. We have the whole population of the customers. This is based on 30 million people, the data of 30 million people. Credit scoring is the third solution I wanted to tell you about. One of the products of our sister company, TrueMoney, is PayNext, which is a microcredit solution. For this micro or nano credit solution, they are using the credit scores that we provide them. The credit score is, at the end of the day, is a number between 0 and 5 that you can see on your profile in TrueID, our streaming platform. And well, this has been very, very useful for our sister company, TrueMoney. The same kind of credit scores that we provide to TrueMoney, we are providing them as well to other lenders, either traditional banks or digital lending companies that want to go beyond the population that is covered by the credit bureau. And that's where our credit scores become really, really handy because they can grow beyond that market, right? And now I'm going to finalize with some conclusions about why we have been successful building these solutions for enterprise customers, and why and how we are different from other analytics teams. So we are an analytics company. We are not an internal data science team, right? And what does it mean? Well, here you have the analytics company in the column in the middle. The second column is an internal analytics team. There are differences when it comes to direction and governance, focus, technology, and team. And I'm going to tell you what those differences are, what makes us special, and why we have been able to leverage Databricks so much. Direction and governance. As a software company, we are serving the needs of our parent company, but we have a cross-charging mechanism, but also we are serving external clients. Typically, as an internal data science team, you are only serving your parent company. Our roadmap is mid-term to long-term, and we spend our money, most of our money goes into CapEx. In an internal analytics team, you typically are focused on projects that are very short-term driven, and what you spend is mainly OpEx, which is going to be people. We're very platform driven, right? The second point here is the focus. Our focus is product-oriented. We build products. I have shown you some of them. I have shown you credit scoring, advertising, location intelligence. We build products that we continue improving over time. On the flip side, analytics teams in companies are focused on projects or use cases, and they aim at best. Sometimes they are very ad hoc, and they aim for the completion of the project. We don't focus on projects, we focus on products. When it comes to technology, we invest in our platform. That's why we invested in building a world-class platform with Databricks on top of Google Cloud, right? And we possess end-to-end capabilities that are core infrastructure, data applications, from infrastructure to data applications. On the flip side, internal data science team mainly use a collection of available tools that are already available in the enterprise, like the data warehouse handled by IT, and they rely on other teams, right? In our case, we handle our own platform. And finally, the team, well, we have a product team, because we build products, and that is very, very important for us. And we have a large variety of roles. Apart from product, we have designers, we have data scientists, software engineers, DevOps. We have sales people that are selling our solutions. On the flip side, an internal data science team is mainly focused on data engineers, data scientists, possibly BI people, and maybe some project managers, right? This is what makes us different, and this is why we have been able to leverage all the support that we got from Databricks. So, as I said, I'm very happy to be here in this conference. This is my last slide. Now, if you have any question, I am looking forward to answering your questions. Thank you very much, and see you soon. Thank you.